Well, good morning, church. It's Pastor Charlie, and we are growing in the Proverbs. And today we're going to take on Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 down to 11. And if you remember, in the flow of this proverb, we have don't co-sign on somebody's loan. And the idea is don't try to cover somebody's debt, and especially this debt of anticipating a windfall, right? Don't do that. And then the second, in 6 through 11, we're going to see work for your income, work for the things that you need. Be willing to go and do diligent work to receive benefit. And he's either talking to the person who is wanting to get rich quick, and so wanting you to cover their cosign, or even you who's co-signing the loan because you've been promised a benefit from it. So, hey, you say you'll cover my debt. So if you cover my debt, I'll give you part of the income that comes in, and you're looking at that as free money. And he says, no, don't do that. Work. And he's calling them both sluggards. So let's look at it. 6 through 11, it says this: Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. So notice, first of all, that Solomon is now calling his son sluggard. And it's a title. He's not condemning him. It's a title of a kind of character. And the character is, a sluggard is someone who wants rest more than he was willing to do work to get his necessities. And so sluggard is this idea of a person who doesn't want to work for what he needs. And he's telling him, you've got these get rich quick schemes that you're probably looking at. Go to work. And he's telling him, go look at the ants, right? Go to the ant. Go look at the ant. Consider her ways. So go outside and go find an ant. And it's not one ant. It's an ant colony. It's a colony of ants, and consider their ways. Consider what she's doing. And then learn and be wise. And so go outside. These are all commands. Go outside, consider her ways, and be wise. So if you have a lazy tendencies, these are things that you ought to do. Consider the ant in the natural world. What specifically does the proverb point out about the ant? Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. So the ant doesn't have a taskmaster over them. Ants work in colonies, and we know a little bit about their structure of their life, and they have worker ants and guardian ants and all these different kinds of ants that are there. But the ants don't have taskmasters over them. They don't have people with whips pushing them out to go work. It's not a slavery kind of thing. It's the kind of ant, and the kind of ant that has that job does that job without need of somebody forcing them to come and get them and make them do what it is that they are doing. They don't have those, and yet they prepare their food in summer. They go out in the summer and gather what is necessary. They prepare it. And then they gather her food in harvest. So they go out in the summer and they get the food and they gather it into their colony so that they have it. So when it's necessary to go out and do the work, they go out and do the work and gather, so that when they go out and there is no food, that they have the plenty that's already gathered and put together in the colony. So in other words, they work hard and store up for a time of need. And he's telling the sluggard, do that. Do that. And we'll talk about what it means, but the basics is this. You don't need somebody to tell you what to do. Go work. God has given us work. Go work and store up for a time of need. And then he talks to the sluggard again. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? So how long are you going to stay in bed? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. So now he takes on the persona of the sluggard. So he's telling the sluggard, get out of bed, get out of bed. And the sluggard is saying, a little more sleep, a little more slumber. Let me just lay here for a little bit longer. Let me fold my hands and continue to lie down. And it's almost mockery, but the sluggard's desire is to stay in bed just a little longer, just a little bit more, just a little bit longer. Then let me hit the snooze button like 3 or 4 more times. And as I do that, this is the result. And poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. So poverty is having a lack. It's having not having what is needed. So poverty, not having what is needed, will come upon you like a robber. And the robber announces himself, right? He comes down the street, hey, I want your stuff. No, the robber hides around the corner and waits for you to get to the corner. And as you come to the corner and about to come around, the robber pounces on you. And so poverty, or not having what is necessary, will jump on you like a robber jumps on you. And then it says that not only that, but want, or the lack of need, and your want, right? So you're wanting what is needed, your desire to have what is needed will be like an armed man. It'll be a man that stands guard over you, that has armory. So your poverty will jump on you like a robber, and then your desire to have what you need will stand guard over you. Now, the irony, I hope you see it in the proverb, but you will have somebody master you, and you will have somebody standing guard over you if you are a sluggard. And what will master you is poverty, and what will stand guard over you is your desire to have something you can't have. The ant doesn't have a master. He gets up and he goes to work, and he provides for his needs so that he won't have lack. And it's very ironic. The ant is an instinctual being. And you, the sluggard, the person that Solomon is talking to, you have reason and you can develop wisdom. So at least be as wise as the ant. And so there's a lot of sarcasm, irony in this piece. But the basics of what he is saying is consider the ant and go provide for yourself. So church, do that. Get up, go to work, provide for yourself. God has given us work. It is a good thing. We'll talk Friday about what it means. Have a good day.